Oh, yeah, the YouTube cut me off, man. Can you hear me again? Okay, for sure. Yeah, man. So I just wanted to talk about also. I'm sorry. I just want to talk about also the. I should have took a toke actually before I came back on. I just thought about that, but it doesn't matter. Um, I was just thinking about back to what I was talking about before about the body oil and about the essence. It's really important to understand that so that with contact, and this is why you have this contactless idea that's going around now. Contact is actually very important. It gives you it gives you a sense of who that person is. It depending on who you touch, that reaction through that environment that I talked about, which I guess I'll call part one now, is real. When you feel that electricity, that's real. All right. So when you go into the age of like severity, and you're going to hear severity being used, the word severity, but they're going to be, yeah, 3, 2, 1 contact. I do remember that one, man. Yeah, I actually did a video once that was very similar about that, and it was concerning the fingerprint because I had a microscope and I was able to videotape uh, wiping the oil off the finger, and then you could see the oil come right back up that quick. It was awesome. But what I wanted to say about that is just to think that before people didn't wear gloves. That's just the way it was, right? And now that there's it's this everything's corporate. It goes back to the I remember back a long time ago when Simpsons came out. Uh, they had the one where they go to the food court and they all go off to different booths, and then they do the old lift scene where they show the basement and they show the one guy with the one barrel putting the same stuff on each conveyor belt because it's all the same stuff, right? So yeah, so it's like I said, it's everything's gonna be corporate. It's gonna be you're gonna have this like I say for the for 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 shopping and whatnot. You're gonna have all the same corporate. They'll be different, maybe a few different names, but like I say, basically the same thing. And of course, they need to separate. They still need to make sure that one's going to be considered the discount store or the one where those people go, and then they're going to have the one that's more kind of the upper crust where the essential workers will tend to want to shop. That's going to work, right? Yeah. So, anyways, but you go into severity, and that's the system we're going into. That's the system of lockdown, stay in your house, essential, non-essential, show me your papers, roadblocks, fever checks. Do you have a fever? For the flavor, right? Right. So then, anyway, so severity, law, the idea of law. Say it, law. Say it slow, law. You flick your tongue, law. You flick your tongue, and that there's a reason because it is of the snake. It is of the serpent because because love is true law, not law. It's love because you love your brother, you love your neighbor, you love your wife, your children, your mother, your grandmother, right? You don't hold law over them. You hold law over people you are controlling. All right. That's why it's a flick. Say a flick. What's also called a flick. This is very important. That's why I told you at the beginning words mean things. Flick. It's slang. It's slang for movie. Yeah, this guy that's the thing about this, and I told you that in the first video. There's nothing guarantees you this position that you started at. You market yourself and you work within the system you find yourself in. because your one job, and this is all your one job is to spread the truth and light of Christ. And if you understand that, you will be provided for. So I don't want to hear weakness in people. I'm sick and tired of it. Stand up already. Stop being scared. Stop acting as if these silly movies are somehow going to show you what's going to be true. It's not showing you what's true. It's going to be showing you what's on the news, which is nothing more than reporting a movie that you used to see and say, "Oh, wait, I knew that was going to happen because I saw it in a movie." All you're doing is you're confusing yourself, because you don't find the truth in a lie. You just don't do it. And people then say, "Oh, I keep seeing a number in the 33 and this and that." Yeah, of course you are, because you are looking at the reflection of a lie. That's why you are seeing it. That's why you are seeing the code, but you choose to see the code only to a point. You say, "Okay, I'm going to stop at this point. Oh, I see 33." And then I stop. What are you done? You haven't even gotten started yet. Get on your feet and keep moving. All right. So then you walk behind people who've already done the work, right? And you think you learned something? No, you haven't learned anything. You've heard something, but you haven't understood it. And then people say, "Oh, I don't want to understand anything." Well, what? You don't want to understand God? I do. I stand under God. All right. So learn the truth for once in your life. All right. Now, learn the truth, trust the truth. The truth is Christ. So then if you are in Christ, then how are you going to stumble? I'm so tired of these people. These people who can confuse constantly the fallen, false world with the truth of Christ. When I use a word, you better understand what I'm saying spiritually, not what you think it means in the English. All right? You gotta stand up. All right? So then all this is nothing more than what's called before the New World Order, which is nothing more than building the spiritual, the physical body of the fallen Antichrist. Because the Antichrist cannot come into power with nothing to control. That's in chaos. It's going to be already a controlled, closed circuit system. The leader brought onto stage and shown for everybody to see. And then those that don't know better, those that can't see this place for what it is, or confuse themselves, they stop at the 33. They don't give themselves to Christ fully. They give themselves to Christ by their toe. They're like, "Hey, buddy, can I just kind of touch your robe?" No. Your job's to get out and go ahead and spread the light of Christ and actually be the light of Christ. Not just say you believe it or this, that, and the other thing. Because it's in what you say. It's in your tone of voice. It's in your tone of comment. And that's another thing. Let me just explain this to you. Every word you use, I can understand the tone of your use. And if you understand what I'm saying. Because if you choose not to stand under anybody, or even, like I say, if you don't stand even to stand under God, you're standing against everything, absolutely, even God, your creator, your Father in heaven, then you've missed the point. That's the one you need to actually understand that truth from. That's where you get it from. All right, because remember, I told you the truth has no part of the hypocrisy or the lie. They're two separate things. So just remember the idea of going back to law or flick, where you flick that tongue, or the idea of a movie, and then the idea of all these captured minds then will replace snippets of movies as if that is wisdom. It's nothing more than reflections in a pond of scum, in a scum pond. It's just reflection in a scum pond. It's just the story being told over and over and over and over again of the fallen light. That's all movies and TV and so-called pop entertainment, pop music, things that are presented to you in the system. You know, somebody had showed me. Who was it that showed me that guy who Bob Dylan, um, that Joker? I never thought he could sing because I can't sing. So I know you have to somebody you can't sing if you can't. So he did a video or a song which was completely too long, so I didn't listen to it. I just found the words to it, and I read down, and sure enough, that Joker stole wholesale the idea of JFK being a dummy and a hoax, which is great that people will maybe understand that, but he confused it with the lie at the beginning that this Joker was somehow killed, which he wasn't, because it was just a dummy in a car. Nobody died that day. So it's again the idea of the yin yang, or the truth with the untruth. See, like I'm saying, the truth has no relationship to hypocrisy. Hypocrisy is the lie, because it's like a balance. It depends on what your opinion is. Your opinion doesn't matter. All right, your opinion does not matter. I want to be that person who tells you that. Okay, it doesn't matter. It does not matter to the truth. I wanted to finish that statement. It does not matter to the truth. Your opinion does not matter to the truth. The truth is what it is. And if your opinion is something different, then you're a liar, basically. To yourself first, and if you say it out of your mouth to others. That's the point of that. That's how lies are spread. Hey, did you hear? Did you hear? Did you hear? That's how lies spread. It is just like a virus, but it's through people's minds. It's through their temples, and that's why that's the virus of fear. Fear is a virus. It's a mental virus. It's a mental disease, if you want to call it that, because it corrupts people's bodies to the fact that their propulsion is used only for basic physical function, eating, sleeping, working. Their mind is completely given over to the lie or to the fallen light. It is absolutely useless to God, because you have not done your work and you have not shown yourself approved. So you still constantly trip and fall back into the world, because you keep trying to use your mind. You keep trying to say, okay, I get it. I use my Christ mind, and I get it, and I have some revelations, and then all of a sudden I want to take over. I'm like, no, I got the wheel. Let me take it. Nope. And then you go right into the ditch again. Right? You got to stop doing that. So I expect like growth. That's the one thing somebody told me, yeah, you should open a church or something. I said, are you kidding me? I said, I really only expect to tell people what I'm saying here once, because once I tell you once, you then verify it with God through prayer, and then I am found to be true, telling the truth, not me, but God's words through me. And then you go on your merry way, and you go tell somebody else. Right? So it wouldn't be a very good business model. It'd be like, what are you doing back here? Get. Right? Right. So anyways, yeah, so it's been fun talking. Enjoyed it. I actually didn't read any of the comments in the second part, so I hope you guys had a good time. Yeah. I was just reading some comments here. Yeah. All right, cheers. Yeah. All right, cheers. Yeah, I'm gonna go I have some grease monkey tonight. All right, cheers, guys. Love you all. Absolutely. Love you for real, too. All right, cheers.